punguze malipo ya bima, usipunguze hapunguze. Sasa nini mnataka haswa? Basi aachane na hayo masuala ya mahakama, aendelea kuchapa kazi Mheshimiwa Rais. Hivyo ndivyo ambavyo Mheshimiwa Makamu wa Rais anasema au anasisitiza. Lakini vile vile tunaye sasa Mheshimiwa Martha Koome mwenyewe, Chief Judge mwenyewe anazungumza naye hapa kuhusiana na haya masuala ambayo yanaendelea katika taifa letu na masuala ya viongozi wa serikali. Yeye ni muhimili pia katika nchi. Sasa yeye anazungumza nini? Yeye anamaanisha nini? Yeye nini haswa wito wake? Basi huyu hapa mheshimiwa, tupate kumsikiliza na yeye kabla hatujasonga mbele na zile taarifa zingine.
Services Commission's firm position that corruption or misconduct of any kind in the judiciary is addressed with the utmost priority. We maintain that upholding integrity in the discharge of judicial duties is non-negotiable and in fact goes to the heart of the fundamental right to access justice. We want to assure Kenyans that Judicial Service Commission has continued to deal firmly with all the allegations of corruption and misconduct presented to the Commission. We also want to emphasize that to remove a judge from office, the provisions are specified in the Constitution, and they are inability to perform the functions of the office arising from mental or physical incapacity, a breach of the code of conduct prescribed for judges of the superior courts by an act of parliament. Another ground for removal is bankruptcy, incompetence, or gross misconduct or misbehavior. These are spelled out in the Constitution. Where any or some of these grounds are arranged, the concerned judge is entitled to due process. And I repeat, a judge is entitled to due process before an independent tribunal is appointed to inquire into the allegations. Similarly, should the tribunal recommend a removal of a judge, that judge also has a right to challenge the decision of the tribunal through an appeal process to the Supreme Court. And ladies and gentlemen from the media, you are aware of this process because about 2 weeks ago, a matter went through that process all the way to the Supreme Court. In the year 2023, I want to tell Kenyans that the Commission received 72 petitions or complaints against judges. 13 of those complaints were dismissed by the Commission because they were touching on the merits of decisions which should be redressed by way of an appeal. This Commission is not an appeal court. It cannot go into the merit of the decision to find out whether the judge was wrong or right in arriving at a certain. And I want to tell Kenyans, this is the first time that an arm of government has invited the anti-graft body to look through their systems and see how they can be strengthened to respond to the issues of corruption. It is regrettable that the leadership of the executive and also the legislature in the recent public declarations have threatened not to obey court orders because of corruption. These threats and declarations are extremely serious and a monumental assault to the Constitution. It is also an assault to the rule of law and the very stability of the nation, and can lead to chaos and anarchy in our motherland. The declaration that they will no longer obey court orders and the subsequent actual defiance of the orders granted by the courts are untenable and amount to contempt of courts. And if this course is allowed to continue unabated, we are on the precipice of a constitutional crisis that can lead to untold civil strife. The judiciary and the Judicial Service Commission cannot countenance this that we wear as judges and judicial officers magnify the conduct we are supposed to stand out, meaning judges and judicial officers must be held to the higher ethical standards if they are to keep the trust and confidence of the people that we serve. The code of conduct, which was formulated from the provisions of Article 168, 1B of the Constitution, obligates judges to preserve the integrity of the judiciary and to avoid even the appearance of impropriety. Thus, the decisions of a judge or a judicial officer made in the course of the discharge of judicial function cannot be questioned except through review or through an appeal, and a judge is not liable in an action or suit in respect of anything done or meant to be done in good faith in the lawful performance of a judicial function. Our democracy is pegged on the strength of the checks and balances in our governance structure. The independence of the judiciary from a fused executive through parliamentary coalition is more important than ever before. We therefore urge Kenyans not to lose sight of our history, very painful history, and what lies ahead. Our prayer tonight as the Commission is that we all continue to safeguard the Constitution according to our oath of office and according to the law. On our part, we commit to do this. I thank you very much for your attention.
Mama huyo Martha Koome, ukimtazama kwa jicho la kawaida unaweza kusema ni mama tu ambaye anaweza kashindwa mambo, kashindwa kazi. Lakini ni mama wa kazi kwa kweli. Kuwa jaji mkuu. Hicho ni kitu kingine kabisa. Tofauti na vile ambavyo watu wengi wanaweza kadhania, au tofauti na watu wengi ambavyo wanaweza kafikiria. Huyu ni mama ambaye amejitwika ule mzigo mkubwa kabisa wa taifa, kulifanyia kazi taifa na kadhalika na kadhalika. Kwa hiyo tulikuwa naye hapa, tumemsikiliza uimara ambaye ameonyesha yuko tayari kwa lolote, aliomba taifa amani izidi kudumu na vitu kama hivyo. Lakini baada ya hayo sasa yeye yuko tayari na Mheshimiwa Rais naye yuko tayari. Sasa nani mwingine anaingilia katikati? Watu wanasema haiwezekani. Mnaenda kujadili nini hasa? Nataka mjadili nini? Sasa Mheshimiwa Sifuna, senator huyu wa Nairobi, yeye sasa amekuja